Janel, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
I'm so fascinated by your story. I love to hear about entrepreneurs that got a seed planted by their parents. Sometimes I believe that our passions and our love for what we do is right in our DNA.
Right.
And in your case, definitely your mom was one of your sparks. And then you couple that with your love of travel. I also understand you ride horses, yes. Western style. And I really want the listeners to kind of get a feel of your story and how you followed your passion and stayed on track, because a lot of our listeners are looking to stay focused, beat out this crazy busy insanity, and create the business of their dreams, whether they're inside a company or outside. So tell us a little bit of your story.
Okay, so my story, it started, I want to say I was maybe 10 years old, somewhere around there. My mother decided that she wanted to do real estate. And the most joy I've had is from those open houses. She would have me microwave popcorn. The whole place would smell like popcorn. I'm running around the house, turning on all the lights, making sure it's like clean. She gave me a little broom, things like that. She wasn't in real estate long, but it made its impression. So throughout the years, I was always the one to gravitate toward home shows, like back in the day, Cribs and Lifestyles of Rich and Famous,
Cribs.
Wherever you could see like a show on display for real estate, I would love it. Fast forward, I became an adult. I was a single parent, so it was like a repeat of her life. I actually got my real estate license in Georgia, and it was a bad time because of the big blowout. But I stayed in for a while. And then I got relicensed in Philadelphia about 3 years ago. And that's when I started my business. Just like everyone else, regular real estate. But I always wanted to travel. So I decided that I would open up a travel agency as well, marry the two, and then that was Destination Own.
Destination Own.
Yes.
What a fantastic brand.
Yes.
So you have coupled your love of travel with your love of real estate. And how do you serve people with that?
Okay. So what I do is act as a buyer's agent for people. Purchasing a house is pretty difficult. It's a lot of paperwork. You can get lost in it. And that's in the U.S. So when you're working in a different country, it's a whole nother story, a whole nother ball game. And I truly believe that you need someone looking out for you. Sometimes you'll find an agent, not saying that there's anything wrong with their system, but certain countries, they'll have one agent. So they're your buyer's agent, and they're also representing the seller. So, we believe in, buyer's agent and a listing agent.
It's a foreign system,
yes,
pun intended.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, I just want to give my clients, peace of mind. Let them know they have someone watching their back. So I go through the process with them, and, we make it happen.
That's amazing. So if I wanted to buy a property in the Caribbean or in Italy, you could help me do that.
I could. I work with agents all over the world.
I think that's really fascinating, especially being a New Yorker. Many people in New York and California, and now I would even say other major cities, home ownership has become kind of out of reach. And so the idea of still wanting to make an investment in real estate
Absolutely.
is still a desire most people have. And so I always used to say, you don't need to live in the property you buy to be in the real estate market. And many points in my life, I owned real estate I didn't live in, and I lived in real estate I didn't own. And it worked out well for me. I think this is a great concept, especially for younger people and for people who want to maybe co-op buy a vacation property together.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. And Airbnb is big. So I have a couple people interested in, they may not, okay, let's take Ghana, for example.
Yes.
Some people want to live in Ghana, but not right now. they want to retire in Ghana. So I tell them, get a condo, Airbnb it, have some income coming in for that. And then once you're ready to move, you can live in that condo. Or at that point, you can sell it and build your house.
Wow, that's amazing. So you're really helping people with financial planning as well.
Absolutely. So we're a full service company. We set you up with tax accountants, lawyers on both sides of the sea. If you wanted to open a business, we set you up with business consultants.
Okay.
We do everything but turn your lights on and cable.
All right. That sounds amazing. So
Right.
I know a lot of real estate agents.
Mm-hmm.
I do know a few travel agents. Most of them are crazy busy. They have a lot of frustration managing the incredible paperwork with the people aspect. So give us some tips on how you do that. Is there a special way you set up your day? Like, how do you know if you've had a good day?
Okay. I have to say, I know if I've had a good day if I can get one big thing done. I'll just say that. But if I break that down, I am kind of loose with my daily planning because things happen like, out of nowhere, especially in real estate. You think you're about to close on something and then all of a sudden something happens. So I go through some of that in Pennsylvania as well as, internationally. I'll just tell you a little story real quick. I have a client who was supposed to meet me in Ghana on the 1st of January. So I was in Panama in our place and I board the flight. I'm coming to New Jersey and I find out that he's not going to be able to meet me. So I'm like, okay, I had to reroute everything. So, daily planning doesn't really work for me. What I do is maybe the night before, I make a little list in my smartphone here and from most important to least important. And I work from that list.
Okay.
And if I can get, I would say 50% of that done, then that's a good day for me.
It sounds like you also plan for the unplanned.
Yes, absolutely.
That's really powerful
Absolutely.
because I think we can really only plan about 60% of our day.
Yes, I agree.
We have to allow for the interruptions, the unexpected, personal issues,
Right.
maybe not having a day where we feel as dynamic and we can't maybe pick up the phone and make those outbound calls.
Right.
We have to focus on paperwork and details. As entrepreneurs, a lot of the time we have to go with our energy.
Yes.
How do we feel today?
Yes, absolutely.
So leaving that space is still planning. You're just planning for the unplanned
Right.
and being realistic about reprioritization, right? Knowing
Right.
that those most
Absolutely.
important things that need to get done will get done.
Right, right. And if I do have any space left in my day, then I can do those other things that, were not on the list, but would be on the list the next day. So I just get started on something else. But
Yeah.
that very rarely happens because, my day is pretty full.
Great. So what is the kind of person you love to work with the most? I'm sure you like to work with lots of kinds of people, but maybe a recent story.
Let me see. Okay. Obviously, I love to work with people who have lots of money.
Yes.
And, people who are just looking for a vacation home. I don't want to say they put less into it, but when you're moving your family over for, a lifetime, you have to worry about schools, you have to worry about, all types of things. And businesses, you have to worry about where the business is, because I do a little commercial, mostly referral through commercials. But a vacation home is easy because they just want it because it's nice, it's fun, and it's in the area that they want to live in.
And
And
they've gone ahead and they've
They've been there
vetted
before.
the area.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But then that's something that we do also. I don't want to say I don't like to do it, but we'll take people back and forth as long as they need to. I don't always go with the client, but
If we need to relocate for business, that's something you do as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I have a couple things I'm working on with cruise lines as well. I want to start cruise excursions for real estate, just for the real estate enthusiasts that like to look at real estate. So that's something I'm working on. I'm talking to 3 cruise lines right now, and we'll see what happens.
You're so creative.
Yeah,
I like how you
be.
I love how you think outside the box.
To be. It's funny because I've had that idea forever. I mean, and that's really part of, I should have told you, this is part of Destination Own's story. Before I actually started my business, I was on a cruise with my husband. We were in Bermuda, and I just noticed how many for sale signs I saw. And it was like, wow, maybe we should move here. I wish I could see them. Then I was like, oh, well, you know, our time is almost up here on this island, so we had to get back to the boat, you know. But I wish I had known ahead of time. And then I said, that should be an excursion, you know, just going to look at homes.
For real estate enthusiasts, people
Absolutely.
like me who love to look at property.
Right.
Even if I may never buy there, I
Right.
still like to look. I still like to understand the way
Exactly.
some people look at art.
Right.
And like different types of art. So when do you think you'll be launching that?
Well, let me see.
Is it a
Hopefully-
2021
Oh,
initiative?
it's a 2020 initiative.
Great. That's
Yes,
great.
absolutely 2020. Small scale if I have to go small scale, but I'm talking to a couple cruise lines, and hopefully it'll happen.
Powerful.
Right.
Yeah, so this isn't just for real estate agents. This is for lay people who may be interested in these destinations and want to just see without pressure
Right.
what does real estate look like in Bermuda or St. Thomas or any other cruise destination.
Any cruise destination, Morocco, like wherever a boat goes.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So what are the hot markets right now?
Hot markets are Ghana. I've been there at least 3 times within like 13 months. Vietnam is big. I haven't been there yet. Let me see. Philippines is big.
That's
There's
so
a lot
interesting.
going on in the Philippines.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there is. So how would someone get in touch with you and be able to learn more about what you do and what could be possible for them? Do you have a consultation process?
Yes. So my website is under construction right now. So I can give you the
Stop.
website.
Can we stop?
Yeah.
I want to ask her the question again. I don't want you to say that on the air. No.
Okay, that's not good.
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
make a note of it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's okay. I don't want you to put that out there.
Okay.
Either they can reach out to you at your email
Yeah, email or phone.
or
yeah.
you will have your website up by it's going to be a couple weeks
Okay.
before these get released. So
Okay,
it's up
gotcha.
to you if you want to roll the dice.
Okay, I
And
see what you're
say,
saying.
and how many minutes do we
Oh no.
have left?
We're about to hit halfway.
We're about to hit halfway.
Yeah.
Okay.
This
Then
is 30-minute interviews.
okay, we were going 20 to 22.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got told to aim for 30.
Yeah,
So
because
if you-
we need time in between. We needed prep
All right,
time.
sure,
So
sure. All right, then we're at 14 and a half minutes right now.
okay, perfect. So then I don't want to even ask that question yet. I'm
Okay.
going to ask her one more question, and then I'm going to ask you, and you can say they can email me, and we'll put the email in the show notes below.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
And if you feel like your website will be up, you can say my website is destinationown.com, and it's in the show notes below.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll just do the.
Yeah, you can say I
Email
give free
them.
consultations,
Right, okay.
30-minute consultations to people to understand what might be an ideal destination
Right.
for them and what the possibilities are.
Okay.
Something like that. Okay, I'm going to ask you another question then. Let me get back to here.
Sweat bullets. This is all new to me. Interviewing.
You're doing great.
Thank you.
You're doing great. When you came in with that jacket, I'm like, okay, she left her introvert at home. Okay, I'm going to ask you more about your mom.
Okay.
Okay, and just
Like, I'm like, wait, what are you gonna ask? Like, she really didn't do
Okay,
real estate
okay,
for a long
okay,
time,
okay.
so that'll
All
be
right.
a
Then let's go back to
a couple months. It was just that.
Do you have a team?
I do have a team.
Okay, let's talk about your team, how you
Okay.
manage the team, that kind of thing. So you're gonna cut out the how do people contact you?
Yeah, I'm putting a note from like when to when.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I'm so abrupt with the stop. I guess all I have to do is go like this. I scared poor Janelle.
Right.
All right, so we're back. Janelle, tell us about your team. How is your operation on a day-to-day basis? Do you have people that you manage? How does that all work in your business?
Well, my team is so great. I would say that I don't manage them; they manage me.
That's amazing.
Yes, absolutely. So I work with my sister. Her name is Dawn, and she is kind of like my brain. She keeps me on track with everything. She helps me out with everything administrative. And then I have the all the internet all the internet
Sites,
sites and everything, URLs, everything that has to do with social media, which I kind of am not good at. She takes care of that for me. She sets up speaking engagements, things like that, interviews. We're going to be getting into that soon. And she's Kelly Maven Media, and she's on my team. I met her actually in Ghana on my first trip when I traveled out with Ebony Magazine. So that was a big win for me.
So finding the right partners is kind of critical to staying out of crazy busy.
Absolutely, because I have had people before her. Like I said, I'm new business, like 2 years. So in that time, I had been through 2 other, social media, gurus or marketers to get my website and everything together. So she had a lot of cleaning up to do. She's just fantastic.
So what would your advice be to some of our listeners who are maybe 2 years ago where you were at around picking the right partner? Because it seems to me that if you don't know you have the wrong partner, you could be going down the wrong path, spending a lot of money, getting frustrated. What have you learned about picking the right partners?
I would have to say, because, it was kind of rushed. It was like the business is happening. So I went with referrals from people, but I was able to watch Kelly work because we were in Ghana together for like 2 weeks. She was actually on the job with another client. I was able to watch her work and watch, the earth move for her. When she snapped her finger, things happen. And I was like, wow, like I need her on my team. And I was just starting with someone else, so I really couldn't, cut them off. So I had to wait. I had to wait it out.
Okay.
And then I had to actually hire her to manage them. And then I just got rid of them because
Okay.
I was like, it just didn't make sense at that point.
So if you make the wrong move, you need to apply some strategy. But I'm looking at you and your fabulous jacket, and you're a very visual person.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So for you, it was witnessing
Yes.
this person work.
Yes.
And seeing and experiencing them working even on other projects that made you say, this is a person I'd want on my team.
Yes.
That's really interesting. I had somebody tell me that years ago. Before you get married, to somebody in a business partnership, spend 4 days together.
Okay.
Because over 4 days, all your stuff comes out, the
Right.
good stuff, the bad stuff,
Right.
the
It was-
in-between stuff.
It was 2 weeks for us, and she's like a sister now.
That's great.
Yeah.
Janelle, if people want to get in touch with you and learn more about buying real estate overseas, or even understanding what opportunities are available to them, how would they do that? Do you offer a consultation?
Yes, I do offer a consultation. 30-minute consultation. If you need to take longer, that's fine too. You just send an email to info@destinationown.com or jm@destinationown.com.
That's great. We'll have that information in the show notes below. And until we meet again, Stay out of crazy busy and become the leader I know you were meant to be.